Great day. I greet you all. Thank you very much for tuning into this channel. You are watching Currency Market Execution. I go by the name Alpha Wolf Forex. If you are looking for me, I'm right here at the bottom corner of your screen. We are going to be going deep into these two pairs. Today I'm going to be looking at Nasdaq, and I'm going to be looking at gold. I'm going to be looking at these both pairs, and then sometime midweek I'm going to be doing a recap of how the market went. Today I just thought, let me just do it something let me just do it differently. Let me just hit it with you from the beginning. So you see, it's a clean chart. I'm going to be breaking it down for you from the beginning. I'm gonna try and keep it short, but it might be a bit longer because I'm going to try and break down this step by step so that you can understand and have a better overview of the market per se. We are doing technical analysis, full fluid technical analysis and price action in this, though we can try out with different strategies, like also the one that I shared about Nasdaq. It also applies, but I'm just going to give it to you straight so that you can just have an idea of how we do analyze. Somebody asked me, what if you keep analyzing and people will see how you analyze? I do not mind or do not care, as long as what you learn here makes an impact and what you see and learn from this analysis can make you a profitable trader. That is my end goal. Otherwise, hit us on the comment section. Let me know what you think. If you did not yet subscribe to this channel, now is the right time to do so. Let us get right into it without wasting any more time. Okay, let's get right into it. We're going to be starting with our Nasdaq or US100. I'm currently on a 4-hourly chart. If you clearly see what has been happening here, we had a strong resistance. This resistance has been so strong that it even canceled out this double bottom that was supposed to happen. You can see here, it is here. Let me just highlight it for you so that you can see what I'm talking about. We had this very strong resistance right here, and then it is still a region. Remember, on the previous videos I explained that resistance is a region. It is not one line that you see here, so it is still active. As you see that the market did not even, it was posting nice higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and what happened is it tried to post another high, but it failed, and then it hit this flat. This resistance is still the same resistance region that blocked this level here, and then it dropped the market further down. This is a very key point. It's a very key region. This 13,300 zone, 13,300 zone. It's a very important key zone. As you see, it is still active even now. And then you look here what the market is doing. There's another support region here, which is, one thing about the market is whatever happens on the left always repeat itself on the right hand side. So you can see clearly here that we have another very strong support zone here. And then this support zone here, it was broken on this level, but it acted as a resistance. You see, it was broken. The market tried to push up the resistance, formed another support here, and then it pushed. And what happened? It broke it, and this previous resistance became support. This previous resistance became support again. And what's happening here on the market, it is still repeating itself and now just got active. So it makes us now look at this differently. We can see that now this market has failed to break this resistance 2 times, which formed a double top. Look here, a double top formed and it became active. And here again, it's another double top forming, broke, and it became active. It became active. As you see there, after it broke this level, it continued going down. Now we are here again. We are here on the same zone where a double bottom happened, and then it pushed all the way to the upside. This is what's happening in a 4-hourly chart. What does that tell us? It tells us that the market is now trading at support. Remember something, when you are looking at a market, I'm giving you this point, I'm giving it to you over what's happening in a 4-hourly chart. So if you're looking at this chart in a 1 minute, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, you'll probably see a different picture, which is what we're going to do now, where what we call our top-down analysis. So I'm starting here at 4 hour. I'm going to drop down the chart. I'm just giving you, this is what's happening in a long term. What's happening in a long term is we can clearly see that this market is trading at support. It is trading at support, and it is currently rejecting this price, this 12,600 zone, and then it looks like it is rejecting it, going to the upside to go and try the 13,300 level, so that is what's happening in a long term zone. So let us just go to a 1 hour and see what is happening from there. You must always analyze going down. So this also, it's not just your pre-market analysis, it's also a teaching video where you can just get some technical analysis and get how we do look at the market. So when you go on the hourly chart, you do realize that there's a range. There is a range, meaning that the market is on a long-term basis, it is trading sideways on a long-term basis, but on a short-term basis it is trending. You can see that we just came from an impulsive move to the downside. The market traded sideways, which was like a correction. It tried to do a reversal, and then it is still stuck here. So you can clearly see that the market is currently trading sideways. On an hourly chart, it is trading sideways. So the market did not yet decide where it's going. Important thing, I want you to look at something. Do you notice something similar? Look at this zone here. Let me just do this. I want you to look at something. Look at this zone right here. Look at this zone right here. Let me just change the color so you can see clearly. Look at this zone and look at what's happening here. Remember, this market, I did not analyze it, I'm analyzing it with you. I just decided to start it with you. So you can see that the market is repeating what it did here. The same way it entered this region, the market was coming from the coming from the upside. It was correcting. After it corrected, it pushed up, reversed, and then traded sideways, and then pushed up and started doing higher high, higher low, higher high, correction or sideways, and the market dropped. So it did not really find a strong momentum, a strong direction. Now when I'm looking at this, when you look at this market, what do you immediately see? You see a very strong push. Okay. You see a very strong push to the downside, and then we find correction, an impulsive move and a corrective move. So we have to take two things here and think about it. You can see that this market just did an impulsive move to the downside and is now trading sideways. So which means it's still looking for direction, and then it's currently rejecting prices that it is currently rejecting going to the downside. Now, let us look at the long-term movement. What can we do here? Let us do this. I did say this is not only just a pre-market analysis, it's also a basic teaching for you to look at how you analyze the market. Let's just look at what's happening. We're just going to do the current touches and see. So you can see that on a 4-hourly chart, this market is trading to the upside, but on the hourly we just had, but it is an uptrend. It is currently an uptrend. If you look at this, that it is rejecting the price going down. When you're doing trend lines, this can also happen. It does not signal that this trend line is broken yet. Yes, it is invalidated, but it doesn't automatically say that this move is cancelled. So when you're looking at this, I'm teaching you now basic price action and how to like go on a technical analysis. This is very golden. So you can see that it is testing this trend line here. So it is currently rejecting price going down, which means you are now building up your case to look at there's a high possibility. Now looking at this in a long term, I can already tell you that there's a high possibility, though we are not 100% certain. We are not 100% certain, but I can tell you that there's a big opportunity of a buy, building up. There's a big opportunity of a buy building up, simply because one, there's a lot of rejection candles happening here, that are showing that the price here has been rejected. Number two, you can see that the price also, yes, it's failing to break this region, which is a support that was formed, but it's support that can be easily be broken. Yes, you can see in the zone here it was rejected, and what happened, it ended up being broken. But now we have a very strong support here which we can hold. The same thing that happened here, that it will happen here. The same thing that happened here, that it will happen here. So we are building a lot of things that you can see that can repeat itself. Let me now go to an hourly now. We do have our long-term trend. Look at it. Look at this here. The market traded here. It traded sideways, went in here, and it is still correcting. I can just tell you that this market here is still correcting. So if I were to say in this market, what would I do? Let me just do it like this. Okay, we are here now. You can see there is a nice double bottom forming here. There's a nice double bottom forming here, but this double bottom will be confirmed once this zone is broken. Once this resistance zone is broken, we will have now a case that we build that the market is trading to the upside while we have a long-term upward movement on a 4-hourly chart based on these trend lines that you see. Once this is broken, it will also be another confirmation that this is a double bottom that has formed that can take us up. But remember, patterns can fail. Number one, look at this double top here which failed. But how do you see? Remember, I've posted a long, this is a very good channel. I've posted a whole series of chart patterns. I've covered double tops, double bottom in full detail, like a whole episode dedicated to them, on how to trade them, how to see them. So if I'm this is like repetition, so just go in the channel and go through the videos and find that series, that pattern series, so you can see that it can fail. Why did it fail? Because it did not break the neckline. Like also here, we have to wait. The neckline is a resistance point. Once the neckline is broken, though we have a minor resistance here, but once the neckline is broken, it will give us more probabilities. Remember, trading is about probability. It's about probability. So you just add up the probabilities to build your case, to have a strong case going forward that either is going to be a buy or it's going to be a sell. So you are building your case. So what's happening here is now, once this neckline is broken, it will add up to being that this is a trend line. So it will probably break and come back to test this trend line again before going up to the upside. But that might happen here in the zone, that it might come here, come test the trend line and continue going up to come test the zone here again, depending on the momentum. So what we are looking at here, there is a more chance of the market going to the upside. There is more chance of the market going to the upside. How will we know? We'll wait for the second hour of the market open to see the pricing in. Remember also what happened this weekend. China and USA were embattled in negotiations for trade, and which did not go well. So I think that happened Friday afternoon. So at the moment, we don't know what will that mean for the market. We do not know what will that mean for the market. And we also have USA against Russia, those comments that the president made against Russian president. We don't know what that will do. Those are things that are happening during the weekend. So we will have to wait for 2-3 hours of the market to see how the market price in, more especially the China. You remember what happened last year. actually the last 2 years, not talking about 2021, but 2019 and 2020 with the trade wars between USA and China. And you know, China also with their technology, they supply like your semiconductors, your silicon that you use to make chips. So you know, when there's a trade war or sanctions happening between USA and China, it does affect technology companies, which is your Nasdaq. So you have to always keep your eyes open. So what's happening right now, what we see, what we usually do in our pre-markets is we wait for the first or the second hour, and then from there we take our decision. But we always build our case, like right now, like what we did in this case. So that's what we see. We are waiting for a possible move to the upside, but it can be changed by how the market accept the news of what happened this weekend between China and USA. So we wait for that opportunity, and we wait for the time. Once the market opens, first second hour, we'll reanalyze the market again. But at the moment, we are more swayed to go to the upside. We are more swayed to go for the market to come test the 13,050 region, and from there to come test the 13,200 regions, to go do that final test of this level. So the market is going to come test this region, maybe have a little bit of correction, and come test this region. Once the market breaks this region, we do know that we're going to have a long-term bias, long-term upward movement. But if it fails, then the market will drop and will eventually come and drop and break this level. That's what we're looking at for the entire week, which we will confirm when the market finally opens. I was going to do the gold, but I believe that I will do it in its own separate video. I will do it in its own separate video because I believe this video, you know, like doing it like this has made it longer than I intended it to be. So meet me again on the next video, or that video might only be for the team. But I believe that this video, even if I don't post the gold in the public YouTube, even if I don't do that, I believe that this video gave you a bit of insight in the market as a whole. I tried to compress it. I see when, you know, I tried to do it with you and show you how I came to that. We did it together, and then, you know, I hope that you've learned something, and then you grasp something that you can use on your own. Also, another point is, when you look at the strategy that I shared a few weeks back, it's available on the channel, the Nasdaq strategy. If you look at the RSI, now if you're looking at indicators, if you look at the RSI is going to a buy zone. The RSI is going to a buy zone, so which means that it is another thing that you can add up in building this case that the market, there's a more chance of the market going to the upside. The only thing that you have to do is find that sniper entry and refine everything for us to be able to benefit with as minimum drawdown as possible, because you don't want to experience drawdown in Nasdaq, because it is not a good way to trade. Otherwise, my name is Alpha Wolf Forex. I also go by the name Proqnosiz. It's always nice coming back, guys, and giving this feedback and doing this and adding something into your trading. I always enjoy it. That is what I want. I want to impact your trading as much as I possibly can. So do hit us in the comment section and let me know what you think. Otherwise, I will meet you again on the next video. Make sure you do not skip it, because why, you need it. And before I forget, if you did not yet subscribe, why are you not subscribing? We have more people who are not subscribed who are watching this video than people who are actually subscribed. So it means that there's a lot of interest, but you guys are still undecided. Hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that when material like this comes out, you can be the first to get it. Otherwise, I will see you again on the next video.